Morning, everybody. How is everyone doing this morning? Sorry, it's kind of snuck up on me, and for some reason, I got a little screen tearing on my end. We'll see how that all works out, how the internet holds up, and all that fun stuff that I have to deal with every Sunday. Let's get some music going. Unless you guys don't like the music. If you guys don't like the music, let me know. Put it in the chat. I like listening to it, but, you know, it's whatever. Cool. Windows is being dumb. Alright, and 30, what is going on here? Well, computer is being really, really bad. I don't know what's going on here. Apparently Explorer has just crashed. Oh, that's some, oh boy, what a mess. Well, to be fair, Windows is always dumb. Yes, but I don't know a better solution out there. We're going to use Linux and then have nothing work, but you can say it works because no one's going to believe you otherwise. Nobody knows any different. What the hell is going on? All right, everything's going to crash here in a second, guys. All right. Okay, that all crashed. And let's try it again. All right. Sorry, guys. Having some technical difficulties this morning. Holy bejeebus. All right, so everything seems to be falling apart at an alarming rate right now. I'm actually half tempted to just restart my computer, as it's pretty bad. All right, I'm going to leave the stream going, but I'm going to restart this thing because I am not going to be able to tolerate 2 hours of things just not working. All right. Be right back, guys. Shameless plug, and be right back. Yes, I want to. And should be back. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube Studio over here. Content, live. Control room. I think it's back. Maybe. Let's see. And hey, it looks like it's going. All right, guys, that's so much more better. Things are actually working now. I think I know what the issue was. I had a graphics driver update yesterday night, and I hadn't had a chance to restart my computer since. So that would explain, well, I don't know if that explains it, but that's what I'm going to go with anyways. So anyways, here we go. We're back up. I don't really consider the fact that we were up before anyways. I'm still just rearranging all my windows. Make things look the way they're supposed to. This is wrong. Awesome. I love when it does this. There we go. Every time I update my graphics drivers, which seems like weekly lately, it ends up screwing up where all my windows go, or well, it screws up where each of my monitors is assigned. So let's see, that one's wrong. There we go. And 3 should be that one. There we go. Oof. Well, that's a good way to kill about 10 minutes of the live stream, right, guys? Rearrange some stuff here. Open up a window there. And this goes over here. That, I don't know what the hell that was. That's gonna go away. And one more window over there. All right, folks. Welcome back to the live stream again, once again for the first time. Hopefully I didn't lose too many people during that quick restart. That was pretty quick and painless as far as restarting goes. I mean, just leave the stream going. I know it probably looked weird on your guys' end, but hey, it is what it is. All right, welcome to the live stream. This eventful Sunday morning. Weather outside is beautiful. Went to the beach. Too much sun. I absolutely loathe the beach. I cannot stand it. But that one right there wanted to go, so we were in town. So that's what we did. Lawrence, good morning. How you doing? Ryan, welcome to the live stream. Borked, Mac 282, boosting JDM. What's up, buddy? Mike Bergman, good morning. Sam Tidwell, how's it going for your range chicken? Morton Upshot. Michael Blade FEV, Mac 282 again. One Vision Aerial, good morning, brother. Splinter FEV, free Lojo. Coffee has commenced. Coffee is commencing. The Roborito, good morning, Borked. And Aethix, how you doing, buddy? Good morning, or afternoon, or whatever it is where you're at. Let's see. Looks like, what video card you run on that rig? I am running a RTX 2070 Super. I bought that right before everything went absolutely batshit with graphics cards. Kind of saw the writing on the wall right when COVID started, so I made sure to jump on one before that happened. But yeah, I want to upgrade to a 3080 or 3090 Ti. Her PC right there. Before she went to move to Chicago with my wife, she wanted a PC so we could play games back and forth. I built her kind of like a, I got like a daddy-daughter PC. So I've got a NZXT 7 something other case, and hers is the smaller 500, the ITX case. But she's running an APU, a 5th gen Ryzen APU, which works pretty darn good. But I'd like to get an actual GPU in that rig, get one, get a bigger one for mine. I think I need it. 2070 is really holding its own. There's a few things that it could do better, or that I could do better with. Render times would be a little bit better, and then doing that fake green screen that NVIDIA does. It works on the 2070, but you can tell it really kind of struggles. But yeah, anyways. Happy 4th of July to you guys, too. That's tomorrow, right? Happy 4th of July. Hopefully everybody goes out there, stays safe. This time last year, one of the best FPV videos I have ever seen was shot by the one, the only, Aaron Ciotti. He did just kind of like a guerrilla flight at night in the clouds, in the fireworks, and it was freaking mind-blowing. It was so good. So good. But be sure to be safe if you guys do something like that. William Tam, hello from Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, you're not too far from me. William Tam, do you race? Because we need racers out here in the Mobile area. My computing started on a Tandy 1000. Blech. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Funny comment for a Coast Guard guy. Yeah, I hate the beach. I hate water. I hate boats. I hate all of it. Graphics cards are back to normal. They're not back to normal. They're just available. You know, the retail price on a 3080 was what, $400 when they were released. They ain't back to normal. They're just available now. I would like to find a Founders Edition 3080, 3090. I think it's a very classy looking GPU, but it's always Price is Right. It's kind of where I'm at with it. Rob Logan Jr., how you doing, buddy? Hey, just a heads up for you. I may have a 4208 BMS and battery up for grabs here in a minute. I'm working on building a 20S pack for my Vesk powered one wheel, and the BMS that I was waiting on should be here shortly. And that, yeah, Gregion, whatever how you say it. That might be another reason why I had an issue with the stream is when I'm not doing stuff, this thing's mining away. Why? I have no idea. Just because. Why not, right? But yeah. Not a racer, freestyle only. Well, hey, we can fix that. Becoming a racer will make you a better freestyler. Guaranteed. Built up a glide with a Hobbywing stack, RCM power, 2306 motors, and man, what a great flying rig. Yeah, so it wasn't until maybe earlier last year that I finally got away from the 2207s for freestyle and went with the 2306, and that made a heck of a difference. 3080 retail was $699. Was it really? Still, I don't see them for sale for that much. Let's see. RTX 3080. That is not how you spell RTX. RTX 3080 retail. Macari 519. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. They're not far off, actually. Huh. The prices have come down a lot since I looked last, like maybe last month, but they're getting there. 3070 is about what a 3080 should cost. They still got a ways to go. There's a lot of spam sites out there. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Oh man. I'm gonna set up my Mavic Mini and film fireworks from the mountaintop. Hey guys, after this, check out that video by Aaron Ciotti last year. It was freaking amazing. Old Timex Sinclair and a Commodore 64. I think I grew up on an Atari 800 is what I started off on. And then we had one of the first PCs. It was a IBM PS2 or something like that. And then, you know. Yeah, Rob Logan, you get first dibs on that shit when it comes out of my board, for sure. I even it's got I had to gut that pack and put 2 new cells in it because there was a dead P group in that thing. But it works well. It works well now. But since the vest can go up to 20S, I'm gonna dump that 15S pack that's in there and go with the 20S, or maybe an 18, probably 20. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Splinter TV. That's exactly my experience going with 2306. I still race 2207s ish around there, 2207 and a half, something like that, on all my race quads. I am happy with the performance of those. All right. So, anyways, what are we doing today? Oh, so there has been absolutely no news in the FPV hobby this week. You know, no new products, nothing to talk about. I've been hanging out with the kid all weekend. If you couldn't see, that's where her computer rig is going to live for now. I don't know. Interesting little background. And I'll drop that in there. Let's see, Rob Logan. Guess what her mileage is at now? Shit, I don't know, man. Probably. Knowing you probably got 300 miles on it. Just a few short of 300. Cool, man. I'm glad it's getting used. I'm glad you're using it. Glad somebody's getting it. Anyway, so we had the new digital Fat Shark that they developed 100% in-house on their own with no help from anybody else, and we've also got the Avatar goggles, which are the exact same thing coming out, all with no VTXs available. So good job on the release date on that, guys. You dumb pieces of shit. What the fuck were you thinking? Why would you release a goggle that doesn't have a compatible VTX? But I guess pretty much everything is out now, available. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything like that from Race Day Quads, Get FPV, something like that, go to tweetfpv.com, click the affiliate links at the bottom. Those would help me out immensely. There was news about an ELRS 3.0 release candidate. Oh, was there? I have not paid attention to quad stuff too much this last week. I've been busy with family things. Let's see. Let's install the new configurator. 3.001 RC1. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. ExpressLRS version 3 RC1. As always, You must have arming on aux 1. Be sure to flash both TX and RX, so it must not be backwards compatible. Lua script is not compatible either. The use of SPI boards must not update, as they are only 2.0 compatible. That sucks. Release candidate, so bad shit might happen. Deal with it. And if bad shit happens, please let people know. Let's see. Let's see. Fast modulation, lower latency. Cool. Deja vu and diversity aid. DVDA. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. More channel. Full res. Okay. LBT for compliance. That's good. Increased precision over 2x modules. Okay. Functionality changes. Rewritten dynamic power. Good. I didn't like the way dynamic power handled before. It was really weird and notchy. Race telemetry. Great. I like that. Wi-Fi based Betaflight configure through the RX. That's cool. We heard about that before. Loan model, easily loan your quad to somebody else effectively. So this is something that FR Sky did with their access protocol. I can zoom this in for you guys a little bit so you can see what I'm looking at. So the ability to loan your model to someone else was something that FR Sky did with their access software or firmware, which allowed you to just basically open the receiver up to another radio and then they could bind to it. Really cool. Dynamic bind phrase. Okay. Weird. PWM, don't care. Increased telemetry, don't care. Lua configured. Let's see. Not sure what that means. VBAT telemetry for PWM receivers. That's great for fixed wing, things where you don't have a flight controller. Shows Lua transmit power. Okay, that's great. It'd be nice to have that right on the front screen. UI update. Let's see. Unified ESP targets. Our internals are now set up to produce just one firmware image for all devices. All ESP32 and ESP8285 receivers are now on. Okay. Integrated VTX. New receivers with VTX combined. Blah, blah, blah. You guys can probably read this instead of having me read it out. True diversity receivers. Great. Receivers P more PWM outputs. Use any ESP8285 as a transmitter. Just for DI wires. Yeah, that's mostly gonna be like VTX backpack type stuff. Okay, so looks like a lot of really good changes. And remember, guys, it is a release candidate, so it should be treated as such. I once had a tiny trainer. It's out in the woods with the snakes somewhere. Had a flyaway, couldn't disarm. I was on a release candidate ExpressLRS. It was before 1.0. I was on a release candidate or a nightly OpenTX build and a nightly Betaflight build. Any one of the three could have been the culprit. I don't know, but just be careful. Just be careful. Mike Bergman says, dude, I'm so unimpressed with the walk snail stuff. Yeah, same here. I'm pretty unimpressed with it. But to be honest, it looks kind of like DJI did when DJI came out. DJI was just muddy, gross. The compression was just bad. And look what we have now. So I'm hoping that there will be improvements to it, to say the least. But we'll see. It enables wireless Betaflight configuration. Exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, like everybody's like, don't buy SPI whip boards. But I mean, what other options do you have? How else are you going to get a quad that, or a micro that weighs less than 20 grams, or about 20 grams, without an SPI-based receiver in it? It's pretty much hand in hand with micros. So what you would probably have to do is basically just flash back and forth between this, or your transmitter between 3.0 and 3.x and 2.x. I'm sure somewhere down the line, some smart person will figure out how to get this to work or make it easy to swap back and forth. But obviously, it's in release candidate, so it's probably things that they're working on. Let's see. Stop turning my emoticons into yeah. YouTube does its own things. Does anybody know if Best Buy sells capacitors? No. Well, I don't know. They do for cars, like 1 farad capacitors, but not for what we do. There are a few Radio Shacks still in existence. I've got one here in town. They definitely sell capacitors, but you're going to have a hard time distinguishing whether it's a low ESR capacitor or not. If it's not a low ESR capacitor, then you want nothing to do with it. I have heard the JHEMCU has a UART-based one, and Beta FEV had one, but I think that they have discontinued that one. So, I mean, there are options out there, but for the most part, it's going to be SPI based. So I think you're probably talking about this one here. Probably this guy here. I think it's the one that has the ELRS receiver on an actual UART. Could be wrong. No, I think this is. Built-in EOS receiver and UART 1. Yep, okay, so this one is not SPI based. Holy bejeebus. $83? Gross. Yeah. I think that's it. Built-in receiver. Yeah, okay. So there you go. That'd be the one that I know of. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Small capacitors or big stereo ones. You know. Let's look at that one more time. Users of SPI receivers, AAO boards, must not update as only ELRS v2.x is compatible. So if you update your transmitter to ExpressLRS 3.0, it will not be compatible with 2.0. That is my read on it. And that's how everything else is. And compatibility 3.x TXs will only work with 3.x RXs and vice versa. SPI RXs will not be compatible with transmitters on 3.x. So right there, buddy. Unfortunately, that is where we're at. And that's kind of that's every firmware under the sun is like that, you know. Major versions are the only things that are compatible. So yeah, unfortunately. Let's see. Do you know a good tutorial for updating your XM Plus receiver? I don't know. Who might have made one of those? Remember Circuit City? Yeah, I remember Circuit City. The only competition out there for Best Buy. Yeah, unfortunately. Service Merchandise is where we bought our first computer from. I don't know if that was a chain store or not, but they sold like furniture and computers. It was weird. Let's see. It's for my X class. I lost one of the caps in my last race. Like one of these. My ESCs came with twice as many as I needed for some reason. Joseph, how you doing this morning? Little one-on-one. How's it going? Finish that. CompUSA. I remember CompUSA. Gross. Yeah. Used to work at Circuit City. I've been to a Micro Center, but I wish there were more of them. I'm assuming they probably couldn't survive if there were more of them. They can't possibly have enough traffic to support that big of a of a brick and mortar store. Your go-to flight controller for 3-inch durability, accessibility, robust? Question mark. Okay. Are you talking like an AIO or just like a flight controller? Little one-on-one. Thank you for the $10 super chat.
Just super chatted with 10.
Thank you much.
They said test.
So today, I'm gonna find a new home for this guy. This was last month's, the month of May, FEV crate. What was in this thing? I think it was a flight controller. And some props. Yeah, it was an Axis Flying F411 flight controller. 20 by 20, tiny little guy. We'll be finding a new home for this one. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you get on that. We're going to spin that wheel here in about an hour. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to know about your 3-inch that you're trying to build there. How many cells? What kind of stuff you're trying to do with it? Are you looking to run GPS, LEDs, all that stuff? How do I sign up? You find the entry link in the last video, or you become a patron, and you get the link there. Yeah, service merchandise. Pre-internet browsing. That was pre-internet, not internet browsing. Pre-internet. Yeah, there was one in Novi, Michigan. That's where we bought our first and second. 3S, long range GPS. All right, so you're already looking at something in a F405 or a F7. An F11 is not going to have enough UARTs, unfortunately. F411 is going to have like 2 UARTs. One of them's going to be taken up by your receiver, and the other one's going to be by probably Smart Audio or DJI MSP, whatever you're going to do there, something with a video transmitter, so you're not going to have room for a GPS. And even at that, a lot of them don't have a fully broken out UART for the receiver. They have like an S-Bus pad and then an RX pad. So yeah. So let's see, what's a good one? So a couple of JHEMCU flight controllers I do really like. Let's see what is in stock. Flight controllers, all flight controllers. And for that, you could definitely get away with just an AIO. But I think you're talking about a 20 by 20. Anything by Diatone, Acon, or most JHEMCUs are pretty good. This Mamba F405, I would not pick that one. It's not going to have enough UARTs, most likely. Acon F7, that's a good flight controller. Let's see here. This would probably work for you, but it's usually not in stock. I've heard of issues with the Fox ear. I'd stay away from that one. Yeah, and a 20 by 20, I would look for a Mamba F405. This would be like the bare minimum to get by. So you're going to have at least enough UARTs to do what you want. You're going to have, let's see, we got one. Oh, let's see. We got UART. You got UART 1, so you got 1 UART here, 2, 3. So you're going to have at least three UARTs, so you're going to be able to do your video transmitter, your receiver, and GPS all on one flight controller. So this would be about the bare minimum of where I would go. And that's going to be pretty much true for all F405s. Obviously, an F7 is going to be more expensive, and it's going to give you even more UARTs and more features. But if you're trying to price it down to what is necessary and not be overkill, because for flight controllers being overkill, you're just chucking money out the window. It doesn't do you any good. JHEMCU is pretty good. I've had mixed results. I've had some good ones. I've had some that were just, The gyros were especially noisy on them. I don't really know. Freelo Joe, you almost got it there. Not quite exactly, so. How do I get into today's giveaway? You find the entry link in the review video for last month's FPV crate. Or you become a patron over here at tweetfb.com. And the link is in there. As little as $2 a month. Whatever works for you. Been using a Hobbywing convertible 20x20. I want to get a hold of one of the Hobbywing 20x20s or the convertibles, but they seem to be out of stock pretty much everywhere. Unless somebody knows where I can get one, let me know. But yeah, yeah. I remember DOS days, playing Doom on DOS. You know what? I've been doing a lot of that lately because I've been getting into like hosting my own website, my home server, and things like that. A lot of it is Linux, which is very similar to DOS. Obviously, some of the syntax is different, but like navigating stuff is pretty close to the same. So I've been reusing a lot more of that lately than I ever thought I would. Robbie, good morning. How you doing? How's everything out where you're at? Hopefully you're getting a chance to fly. I haven't heard a whole lot from you over on the Discord. I know you've been busier than you have been in the past. Did sponsoring you break? Dude, I have paid for every FPV crate I have ever received, both of them, up till maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Then they started sending me for review for free. So they've definitely gotten their money's worth out of me, for sure. Like, I'm talking like years of buying 2 crates at a time. You still have your Commodore 64? Oh, man. The problem with a lot of that old stuff is the capacitors start to leak and they start to wreck the boards. So, like people when they buy new or like old vintage electronics, before you power them up, it's usually going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, making sure nothing's gonna spit up all over the board. You know. ATEC FPV, good morning, man. How you doing? What we got going on over here? Back to the live chat. Is the only... Okay, we're talking about something else over there. That's cool. Fly Zone, how you doing? How you doing this morning? Let's see. Have I done any flying this week? Yes, I have. I have done some flying. Beta FPV, they reach out to me every once in a while, just out of the blue, like, hey, you want to review this? Sure, cool. We're dropping it in 3 days. Hopefully you get it by then and get a review out. Of course I don't. They sent me this. This is the Pavo 2.5 frame. Really like this thing. I've had the 95X V3. This is twice the quad than the 95X V3. Just the fact that there's that big chunk of carbon fiber for the frame makes this thing fly completely different than the 95X V3. That thing was just way too flexible. And they said literally you can take the guts of the 95X V3 and just pop it right into this frame and you're good to go. Very interesting build. They did send me the flight controller and the motors. I told them like, hey, I'm pure, clean out of that stuff. So they sent it over, did a quick review, build. The video went live this week. Very easy to build with the flight controller they sent me. I think this is about the right size for a whoop if you're gonna fly it with a naked GoPro. It's not very loud. Now would be a good time to insert ads. What is this fanciness? I've never seen this before. Hang on, guys. Let's pause right here. Let's see. It says now would be a time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads. The more viewers are watching, give it a try. Should we give it a try, guys? Should I drop an ad in here? I've never done that before. I didn't even know this was a thing. What do you think? Drop an ad? See what happens? You guys are cool. You'll stick around, right? All right, let's see. I've got 46 concurrent viewers. Let's see what happens. Ads inserted.
Mac 280.
I don't know what it does.
Chatted with 10.
Did some of you guys get
dog treats?
Thanks for the dog treats. All right, when you guys get, I don't know what happened. Did it just throw a commercial break in the video? For some of you, like I would assume if you're like a YouTube Premium member that you didn't get an ad. Or is that for the DVR playback? I have no idea. Oh, headphones are dying. Stand by. All right, hang on. All right. Headphones just kind of die randomly. Let's see. So some of you guys got an ad. Some of you guys didn't. The premium members didn't. And like Ram said, he did. Okay, cool. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to do that too often or ever, but at least I know what it is now. Thanks for sticking around, guys. That was a learning moment for me. Let's see. Paul McDonald, should the giveaway link be up on Patreon? It should be. Let me check it. It should be. It should be. Hang on. Let's see. Posts. Published. Did I not do it? I should have. I know I did. May FPV crate. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's up on Patreon. I mean, you got to be a patron to see it, but it's on there. Or the entry link is in the May review video. It showed an ad from Greg. Pilot Institute. Interesting. At least it's somewhat relevant, right? What ads did you guys get? I'm curious. Credit Karma. Okay. Oh. Skip ad, skip ad. The premiums, you can't see it. JB tried it the other day. People without ad block or YouTube Premium basically get their stream paused. Watch ad, okay. Bravo did it. Premium. Yeah, I've been a premium member since they offered the service. Like, God, it's got to be like 10, 15 years now. Commercial break, commercial break, commercial break. DDoS McCure. Not YouTube Premium. No ads. What the fuck? Yeah, sorry guys. I just curious what it would do. I don't ever run mid-roll ads in any of my videos, except for I don't sit there and shout from the rooftops like some other YouTubers do. They don't do it. I just don't put it in there because I know that for the little bit of ad revenue you get, you lose retention like a mofo on that. Yeah. Let's see. Ads. Ad blocker saved me. Awesome. Cool. All right. Got Greg from the pilot. Okay, so at least it's semi-relevant for some of you guys. All right. Okay, I won't do that again. That was interesting. Just, it's something that popped up as a new feature. Another new feature I have for YouTube is adding products into a video, but the products that I review or use are so specific and so niche that it can't find ad or products to put in there, and I have no idea what it does with them anyways. So whatever. All right, so moving on. So we're gonna do the giveaway for this flight controller and a couple props here in about we'll do it 11:45. 11:45 my time. It's 10:45 right now. We'll do it then. This month's patron giveaway. This month's quad giveaway is going to be this guy. This is the new hotness in this is the Moblite, the Mobeetle 1S ELRS SPI. This will be this month's giveaway. I haven't made a link for it yet, but when I do, if you're a $5 and up patron, you will get the link as soon as I drop it. Everybody else will get it the day I go live with the giveaway video. That's how it works. Let's see. Like the way the YouTube revenue breaks down, the premium members, I get quite a decent chunk of change from premium members. I don't know how YouTube breaks it up, but it's better. It's cool. You're just beta testing. No, that's exactly what it is. I am beta testing. There's another feature that I wish I had on my channel. It was a thank you. So the problem with YouTube is there's no way to generate like directed revenue from traditional uploads. The only way I get like directed revenue is right now on a live stream. You guys can hit the super chat button and throw me a few bucks. Traditional uploads, the only way I get revenue from that is you guys watching it and possibly clicking an ad. But if you have an ad blocker or YouTube Premium, obviously it doesn't count. There has been no way for you to be like, hey, this video is relevant. I'm going to give you a tip. Here's $5. They're making that a feature on more YouTubers. Like if you look at some of the larger ones, like Bardwell, he has like a thank you button. You click on it. It's like a super chat, but for like a traditional upload. So I'm hoping that comes to more people soon, as soon as it gets out of beta. But I like that. Boost and JDM didn't get the link email. You should have, unless you're blocking Patreon. But yeah. A new pipe is third-party app for YouTube that has premium-like features. Cool. I was running Pi-hole on my NAS. And that was a good ad blocker, but I realized that by doing ad blocker, there were some things I couldn't get to that was real, like it blocked a lot more stuff than I wanted to, and I didn't know if like websites were down or if just the ad blocker was just being overly aggressive. So it took a couple months of tuning. I'm not running it right now, but I did when I was just kind of goofing around with it. Free range chicken, another super generous giveaway. Yes, and you know what? Yeah, I've got one of these that I've been flying here. This thing is a lot of fun. It's not the most rip your face off balls of the wall micro I've ever had or ever built, but out of the box, it's probably one of the best flying micros I've ever had. Let's see. Hey, dude. Been at work, so just joined your stream. How you doing this morning? Doing good, Bree. Or Bri, sorry. Are you coming to the race next Saturday? We're doing our multi-GP global qualifier. We need as many people to show up as we can. I think we need a minimum of 6. I think we're there, but I was just curious if you were going to be there. It'd be nice to have you. Has anybody built a 4-inch tiny trainer? Lawrence might have. Lobart. He would be the only one I would know of that have built one. Jory FUV, premiums based on watch time, and if somebody downloads your video offline, watching you get credit for the whole thing. Interesting. Huh. Well, that's good to know. Rick Spada, how you doing this morning, buddy? My daughter bought me a laptop last night. Can't make sense these DFX files things because I'm using free version of Fusion 360. Well, tell you what, I can show you how to do that here after the stream. It's pretty easy. Little 101. Join my patron. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. We do have some new patrons in the house today. It seems like my monthly patron income, it's like if I gain a $5, I lose a $5. It's really weird. It's almost like the ebb and flow of it is very consistent. Jory Patrick, he's a new, he's up here somewhere. New patron. TJ, thank you so much for also joining. And Jack Warat, thank you. These are all new patrons.
Got my Syati FPV Zorro grip tape. Thank you. Question: what color is Syati FPV purple? I'm planning a mod and want to make sure I get the right color to match.
Michael D, what color is Syati purple? It is Syati purple. I have no idea what it is. I get that grip tape direct from a manufacturer in Shenzhen. They just call it glitter purple. I can send you a chunk of it if you want to try to match something up with it, but I wouldn't be able to pinpoint it for you. But yeah, hit me up over on Discord. We can talk more. But yeah. Wrong way FPV? What? I said your name right? I don't know who you are. This is frustrating about this entire thing is everybody has like 4 different identities. You have whatever's on YouTube, whatever's on Patreon, whatever's on your email, and whatever's on Discord. And most people don't match. So like Wrong Way FPV said I said his last name right. I don't really know who Wrong Way FPV is. And it's not because I'm trying to be like, you know, it's just I don't know who you are. Oh, okay, Jack. I had to get. I was gonna guess that one, but thanks, man. Every once in a while, I get it right. Athix said I sent a baby tooth rip to your Discord PM. It does have music. All right, we'll check that out. Is that something you wanted me to play on the stream or just for later there, Athix? Let's see. Figure out the hex code for that. The problem with Seattle Purple is there's so many different colors within that one sample, and it's the exact same color that comes on Black Diamond deck tape, except for the company that makes it. All they do is they just print a different logo on the back of it. It's all the same. June Loco, for some reason, YouTube flagged that. I don't know what is wrong with ELRS and Peeps, but all right. Mike Bourbon says, share. Let's mute everything real quick here. Mute. No music. Windows Defender Firewall has blocked one of these pop-ups. OBS browser page. Plugins, OBS browser page. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's rip and dip here. You guys can start this over. That's pretty impressive. That's all on 1S? Jeez, that's impressive. What is the spec on this thing? See, this is why analog will never go away. You cannot do this with DJI or Sharkbite or Fart Shark or HD0 or anything like that. It just, you lose so much because of weight. What is the specs on that thing? Can I copy and paste all the stuff from 4.3 RC3 the latest? You probably can. I would. So what I would do, this is the way I would do it if I was curious, which I kind of am, is do a diff all on your current config, save it in a text file, flash a new board, and then do a diff all again. You'll see that there's like nothing because you haven't changed anything from the base configuration. Dump in your old configuration and then do a diff all again and see what all has changed. See if there is anything that has changed from the existing, and then you know that those values are a little bit different. And then you might be able to actually go back and see what the difference was. And also if anything pops up in red, as in like syntax error, things like that, then obviously don't do it. Personally, what I would do is take screenshots of all my slider settings. And sorry guys. Oh man, had avocado toast this morning. It's not good when I talk all day long. Where was I going with that? What was I gonna say? I would take the base configuration out of 4.3. There really shouldn't be a difference, and the only thing I would bring over is my my VTX table, my OSD, my rates, and my base configuration, like, you know, board alignment, yaw reverse, 180, arming angle, things like that, just to see. And then you can go back and start moving your sliders back to where they were and see if there's any difference in the numbers. There shouldn't be. I think in general it's safe to go from 4.3 RC to 4.3, you know, full version, whatever they call it. But take that with a grain of salt. Everybody's build's a little bit different. And then just be careful. Treat it as if it's a brand new quad. The Beast class, I think I told you guys last week that I uploaded some beta firmware to the ESC so I can have ESC telemetry and a bunch of other new features that I needed to get it tuned well. Well, there's a hardware-based motor reversing pad. You just bridge it and it'll reverse the motors instead of having to move wires around or change it in a configuration. This new firmware ignores all that, so I went to go fly it. I didn't treat it like a brand new build, and it scared the shit out of me because it did some dumb stuff. Didn't hurt anything, but definitely took a chunk out of my yard. But, you know. Could we run HD0 on SkyZone 02Cs? You should be able to. There may be compatibility issues with certain resolutions, so keep that in mind. I had an issue running the newest firmware on my Orca pilots. There was one, it was the very first 4.3 format firmware with the new V2 camera. Goggles just didn't like it. I had to actually do a hard reset on them and reflash the old firmware, then flash the new firmware on it until I found out what settings to not use, but I think they've fixed that all. Little 101, I hope Patreon will be better than Discord. Someone's bot hacked my account and sent spam out to everyone. Got me banned from a lot of servers. Yeah, that wasn't too long ago, was it? I think I actually booted you from the server because you were spamming all over. I know it's not you, but like there's nothing else I can do. At least on my end, if somebody's account gets hacked and they spam the bejeebus out of my server, the only recourse I have is to ban you, because then it allows me to remove everything, all your posts in like one click. If you want back on, hit me up and I'll unban you. But that was like the only thing I could think of to do, and it's happened so few times that I feel bad doing it, because I know it's not you that's doing it, but unfortunately that's the only way to cut the snake off at the head, you know. Bryce says he runs HD0 on his SkyZone 030. So another guy I race with, he just got his HD0 set up. He has it on one quad. He decided to fly it once. The reception on it was hot garbage. Hot garbage. Like, couldn't see anything on the blocks, could barely see flying around. And he's like, if this is what HD0 is, I can't do this. I'm like, I don't get it. Mine's great. It sucks because he got home and realized that he had bought 4 RP SMA antennas. And if you don't know what RP SMA is, it's basically the pin is up inside of the plug, and I think it was RP SMA, or maybe it had a SMA, whatever. Either way, the center contacts weren't making contacts, so he was basically flying around with no antennas. Probably worse than no antennas. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, guys. But yeah, great rep, Athex. Yeah, it's gotta be light. Let's see, it's one 6,000 milliamp, 13 millimeter motors. Cool. Are the new DOMs HD0 compatible? No, they are not. They do not have HDMI input, and they are, so you can't run analog. You can't run anything on them other than the Avatar system, or whatever the hell it is, the Walk Snail. So it is going to be a purpose-built goggle. I mean, like the DJI, at least you can run an analog input into them, so you can run, you know, an analog receiver. So, yeah, unfortunately, it seems pretty kind of shitty, if you ask me. Yeah. H0 has 1S to 3S VTX in pre-order right now, under 10 grams. Yeah. Nevin, who runs FPV Exchange, I bought a Mobula 6 with the 1S board in it from him. I don't think they ship till like maybe next week from Shenzhen, but I was going to order just the VTX, but then for the price of the quad, I'm like, I could use spare motors and things like that, plus the 1S board. So, anywho, I don't know how much how much I would want to fly a 1S whoop on HD0, because if I'm flying a 1S whoop, I want it to be the lightest it can possibly be. Like I've got this one. This one is the Mob 7 HD, so this has got the HD0 on a what was it, 70mm prop, whatever. This thing's not bad, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not there, you know. But you never know. It would also be nice to only have one pair of goggles and one system. That's why I like ExpressLRS so much, because it is one system and it does everything. Let's see. What's your review before execution? Oof, 6 of them. That's a big chunk of change to drop on it. Use a preset tab to save and load configurations, not CLI. Nah, I do CLI stuff. Keeps everything consistent. See how about this Yeti roll. Woke snail. Why does everybody keep calling it woke snail? I don't get it. I can't wait for the HD0 goggles. Yeah, I got a feeling that once the HD0 goggles come out, I'm definitely going to jump on those. I don't really even need to see a review on them, because anything's better than... Well, I mean, it'd be nice to see a review on them, but I'm going to buy them anyways. If they're half of what they say they're going to be, it's going to tick all the boxes for me. Steel Sonic said woke snail. He did. I'm pretty sure he did say woke snail. I don't know why though. Did you see he's rocking that sweet, sweet Tweet FPV grip tape on his Mambo? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I definitely heard him say woke snail on it. Fat snail. There you go. I like that better. I don't know. It's juvenile. I mean, I'm all for like lowbrow comedy, but I don't know. I find when people twist names like that, it's I don't know. It's too easy. It's very it's too easy. That's really what it comes down to. So looking over at the giveaway thing, I got 41 people entered for this thing. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about today. Thanks for reminding me. You guys don't remind me of shit, but thanks. Got the Doges. They're all doing their thing, as usual. But here's something that's kind of interesting. So a friend of mine wanted me to order him a flight controller because I'm sending him some stuff overseas, and for some reason he doesn't get charged the crazy customs if I send it to him. But he wanted an Acon F722 flight controller. So I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem, I'll get you one. And this is the one I got him. This is the Acon F722. And I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It says MPU 6000 Gyro. Acon F7 Mini V3. The product listing said it had a BMI gyro. This is F7 Mini 3.1. So this is kind of what I was afraid of with the MPU 6000 going away, is that there's just going to be a ton of confusion and mishandling of the new BMI gyro. So the product listing says has a BMI 270 or whatever the hell it is, but the box says it has MPU 6000. Here is an older Acon F722. This is a V3, not a V3.1, and you can see the difference here is, let's see if I can get this to frame up right for you. So there you go. You can see the MPU 6000 on this one. And if you're curious what the BMI gyro looks like, that is it right there. The one that says 5N, let me turn this around, 5N3 HT, that is the Bosch gyro. So the other difference you're going to see is when you plug it into Betaflight, the gyro update frequency is much different. Let's go ahead and get this guy plugged in here. Alright, Betaflight. So what you see here is if you go to configuration, the update frequency is really weird. It's like 3.2K instead of 4K. There we go. So we got 3.2K rather than 4K, 8K like we do with the MPU 6000. And the firmware target is the exact same, so it must be able to detect it. And automatically apply the correct settings. I think it's the same firmware anyways, but yeah, this is the MPU 6000 gyro, so 8K, 4K, whatever you want to do it at. So those are a few of the differences between the two flight controllers. As far as functionality goes, I haven't flown any of the Bosch gyros yet. At least, no, I take that back. I have, but I've never noticed a real difference between flying the Bosch versus the MPU 6000. The only thing I have that I know of that I've been flying a Bosch gyro on is my Beast class, because that has the Radix, and Radix has used the Bosch gyro forever. And then I also had a Helio springboard that did the same thing. So, no, I'm not saying that it's not working as good. I'm just saying that there is confusion going on for the, like the manufacturer is still specifying. So this is the new 3.1. They're still specifying that it has an MPU 6000 gyro on it, right on the back. What else are they missing? Like, what other changes are there between these two boards that aren't being captured in the pinout versus, the product listing? And like this is that what is this thing? It's the Axis Flying F411. This one also has a Bosch gyro on the back. Yeah, this little guy back there. But as far as flight performance, I haven't noticed any difference. It does have some filter differences between the two, but that's all taken care of in Betaflight. So it should be a seamless swap between one or the other. Rob Logan, gotta get going. I might be able to jump back in for a bit before the end of the stream. All right, buddy. We'll see you later. Have a good one, man. But yeah, so the MPU 6000, she is long gone. I don't know if that'll ever really come back into our world, but so far it seems to be working just fine. Back when it was the race to 32K, is the MPU 6500 the latest thing? I don't know what that is. It's the BMI 270. I think that's what it is. BMI 270. And all right, so and here's another problem. Here is, oh, that's the wrong one. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so it's right here, which is nice. That this is correct. It's just the manufacturer's putting the wrong sleeve in the wrong box. So the BMI 270 is the new gyro that is replacing the MPU 6000. Only the letters work on this keyboard. And you've had a messed up keyboard as long as you've been part of my social media. Seen a bunch of videos. Mad Tech was up on my my Discord, and I guess like the number one question that he's being asked is, will the Walk Snail Fat Shark Dominator goggles bind to a Vista? No, it's not DJI. It is not the DJI system. Listen, it is not DJI. And if it was, they're not going to make it backwards compatible anyways. What the hell? So, anywho, I thought it was weird that he had a video on it, but apparently that's a very, very common question. I was half tempted to purchase the system for about 5 minutes, and then I saw... I don't know. I mean, I could buy it for the content, but I'll never get $500 worth of revenue out of it. That's for damn sure. So it would just be a complete loss. It's interesting. I like that there's another option out there, but with that said, it's also going to make the hobby even more difficult than it already is, because now you're just taking this tiny little pie that is FPV, and now you're whacking up in even more pieces. And will the avatar system work with the VTXs? I don't know. It'd be great. But yeah, Robert, that's what I want to see. Will it blend? I think that'd be the great way to do it. Not will it bind, will it blend? Steele's video was a really good eye-opener as far as like altitude control is really hard when all you see is Minecraft mode and it's just one big smeary block of bleh on the ground. I don't know. I'm happy with the DJI system. There's lots of things I would like to have that would be different on it, but it's a known quantity. DJI is primarily image quality first. Everything else comes second. And I'm okay with that. For flying acro, it is good enough. The latency is good enough. The image quality is so good on it that I think it overcomes its higher latency. But yeah, even Steele did a review on it. Yep, gotta chase that trend. But he actually tests a lot of stuff. He just doesn't stick with very many things. He tried DJI when it first came out, and it was hot garbage. I tried DJI when it came out. It was immensely impressive, just beautiful compared to what we were used to, but there was so much else wrong with the system that I was like, I'm not buying this shit. It was maybe 6-8 months into the DJI V1 cycle that I bought it, and I love it. All right, and now it's raining. It was nice and sunny. Now it's torrential downpouring, whatever. Alabama's weird. So I was really disappointed the way it handled the compression in all the videos. You just see this weird like Minecraft mode blockiness, and I don't know. It looks. I honestly think HD0 looks better. I mean, if you get a good camera, I think HD0 looks better. But I'm pretty sure that system has room to grow. It has more ability to be future-proof, or not future-proof, but improved on in the future. So we'll see. Athix says, I've been trying to find my place in FPV. I think I excel with ultralight builds. From that video, I'd say you certainly do. Yeah. Minecraft mode. It is now a thing. Oh yeah, it is a thing. But I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It's just this weird like chunks, like blocky chunks. Hell, I'm trying to figure out my place in FPV. I still don't know what it is. I fly for fun more than anything. And it's a good, social outlet more than anything. But I have never done a group meetup to go fly acro. Not once. I don't know anybody in my area that flies acro. Everybody I know flies races, and that's why I got into racing, and I really like racing. Athex HDZ is going to be my HD choice. It will be my HD choice Yeah, once the goggles come out, possibly, depending on the goggles. I really like the way DJI looks. It's so nice. Walk Snail did the tracer release tactic. What, release garbage and hope people jump on it? Oh, sorry, I said that out loud. Tracer's garbage. I do question when Steele said that he paired it with a tracer because it's the fastest control link on the market. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not true. Bob Noxious, what's up, buddy? How you doing this morning? Or maybe it's morning where you're at. I'm not sure. But anyways, still haven't gotten around to reviewing this guy. I have no passion for this. It's just blah. It's just a vanilla box of blah. This is the K car of controllers. You know that's what I'm talking about. Then you know what I'm talking about. Racing my DJI actually made me faster. I think I would be faster on DJI. I'm definitely faster on HD0 because I can see more. Whether it's a placebo effect or not, doesn't matter. Results are results. DJI, I would like to race DJI. Problem is, it just doesn't play well with a heavy analog crew. We did our first mixed DJI analog heat racing like 2 months ago. We had one guy flying DJI, managed to find a channel that would work for him, and he had to just go stand like, I don't know, 20 yards away, go sit in the bed of his truck and fly, and it worked out great. The timer worked just fine. The timer's going to work just fine for DJI. I've tested the Delta 5 timer, which is basically the same as all the other timers. They're just using RX 5808 modules for receiving video signals, and it's just doing a RSSI spike for the timing. It worked great. Really worked well. A vanilla box of blah. That is it. I'm interested in HD0 and looking forward to my goggles. Yeah, so if you haven't bought into HD0, I wouldn't yet until the goggles come out. Just because you're not going to want to buy a VRX and then go buy the goggles later on. I think that's my biggest complaint about the whole system, is having to have this stupid module hanging off the front of my already super expensive goggles. It will be very interesting. It will be very interesting once it's all integrated. And then if you ever saw what the spec sheet is supposed to be, the proposed spec sheet of the HD0 goggles, it is going to be nice, very nice. DJI is not friends friendly. Can't fly with everyone unless they're flying DJI. Then you can. Yeah, unfortunately, it's. So's analog. Analog has its own set of kind of rules engagement for flying with other people. You can't be blasting 1 gigawatt next to somebody who's flying 25 milliwatts, same channel. So although DJI is less friendly, it still works with other analog quads. You guys just need to be cognizant of which channels you're plugging in and turning on, and where you're standing. The problem with the DJI goggles is they transmit. I've been saying it forever. DJI will kill everybody else if they make a frickin' race mode. Make it transmit once and only once to bind to the quad, or to make its two-way connection and to set the channel, and then shut up. No telemetry. Nobody cares about the telemetry on it. We can all tell when it's going to get bad because it looks bad. And besides, that's on the receive end. It can tell how weak the signal is on the receive side. It doesn't need megabits. It doesn't need loop time, things like that. Just get rid of that stuff. Get rid of the telemetry. Plug it in. The two talk. You set your channel. It's done. That's it. The only time it talks to the quad is when you change channels or change settings, then have it transmit. But after that, get rid of the telemetry, and then it will most likely be analog friendly. That's my simple way of thinking of it. It's probably more difficult than that, but That would be nice. Or walk snail. I mean, they're going to have the same issues interfering with analog. They're still transmit. I think it's goggle 1, so if it's on your head, it's going to be the one on your top right that transmits. The other 3 are receive. It's still going to have the same issues with DJI as it's transmitting telemetry all the time because it looks like the same damn system, or it's running on kind of the same architecture. Make a race mode, make it analog friendly, make a party mode. Call it party mode. People jump all over that shit. Make it party mode. It only talks with the quad when it has to for setting changes, and that's it. Runway V says, it runs great when we race, no problems with the V1 goggles. People stand like 30 feet away. I can sit next to Analog Pilot with my V1s and have no issues. Well, that's great. The few people I've talked to that have run mixed heats, they said it typically works well, but if any analog person has any video issues, it's instantly fire and pitchforks, and they're going after the DJI guy. If Fat Snail can do 1S eventually. That's a big ass VTX. It's like a 30 by 30 VTX. Party mode, yeah. Yeah, party mode. Just got this radio back from my daughter. I don't know if you guys have seen this one too many times. This was a very, very odd radio that just kind of popped on the market. I jumped on it just because it was so weird. But it's got this funny little screen that comes out of the top of it. It's a very, very strange radio. But, you know, it works. Does that mold look kind of familiar to you guys? Trust me, these companies don't do a whole lot of original anything. It's just a lot of copy paste from one product to another. Let's see, party mode, which is true. Yeah, which chase thingy. Yeah, unfortunately, I think having a race-oriented mode where it preferenced latency over video quality, I think DJI would end up. I think DJI would knock HD0 out of like the racing world. It's very well established. Image quality is great. You kind of know what you're getting, but I think it's more common. Rebranding is becoming more and more common. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I think if DJI did like a race mode, it would probably push HD0 out of the racing scene. Just my thoughts. Maybe not, but they probably would. Injection molding is pricing. No kidding. It's easy to remove stuff from the mold than it is to add new stuff to it. That's why whenever you see a copy of a radio, there's more and more things added to it, more holes, more dents taken out of the mold than put back. Kind of see what I'm talking about? Like, you had the DJI radio, then it came out as the T Pro. It had more holes cut in it. Exact same form factor. This is pretty much exactly like the DJI radio. They've added a little bit of a blocky face to it, but it's very similar. The back half is cut and paste. Same, other than the center part. There's a lot of similarities. The molds are getting around and they're being repurposed by other companies, which is fine, you know? I mean, as long as it works. Problem is, this mold sucks. This design sucks. The fact that the sticks come straight up and there's no thought about how people actually hold things and use things. Like, they need to have a bit of like outward contour to them instead of being just straight up and down. Although this does feel a hell of a lot better than the T Pro did. I wish I still had my T Pro to compare it to, but I got sick of looking at that radio, so I moved that one along. But I think this is better, not that much, but better. I do like the Zorro the best out of all the new radios that came out. It's not perfect by any means. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to get ironed out on it. Little 101 says, I would get into ELRS once they can level things out. So many changes and back and forth. So I'm flying my, all right, so there are a ton of releases for ExpressLRS. Most of those are just adding new receivers to the code base. Most of it isn't any sort of actual feature change. Like every time you see like a 2.3.1.2, like all that is most of the time removing bugs and adding new receivers and new transmitters. It's not necessary to update every time a new one comes out. And even when it does, like once you figure it out, like it'd take me 2 minutes to update the transmitter and the receiver. It's super easy. I think anybody getting into this hobby right now should just go straight to ExpressLRS. There's always going to be a learning curve no matter what system you're going to run. FrSky, Crossfire, Spectrum, ExpressLRS, it does not matter. There is some learning curve to it. You're going to have to figure it out. Might as well jump on the superior system, which is ExpressLRS. The fact that it's open source and it is developing so fast is one of the reasons why it will be the superior system. If it's not in everybody's eyes, it will be. Just because ExpressLRS, the size difference. I have ExpressLRS in this wing up here. It does everything. I think Crossfire would have really chopped into the market if TBS would have entertained the idea of doing SPI-based boards. They've been approached by many, many different manufacturers say, hey, we want to make an SPI-based board, or we want to integrate the receiver into the board so it's a light, compact, all-in-one package. They keep telling people, go F off, because they want to hold on to that IP. They don't want it being cloned. Well, unfortunately, that goes both ways. You don't develop and move on if you don't have any way to, if you're not like really being pushed, you know what I mean? Yep, more holes. Yep. I'm surprised they don't use sustainable molds as a selling point. Oh God, yeah, we would jump all over that shit. Say it's made with love instead of actually plastic and electronics. Look at you, Subaru. Or when commercials used to be talking about steel construction and bumper-to-bumper warranties and horsepower. Now it's, my car was made with love. Because it works. Marketing works. Yep. 661 FPV, you don't have to run the newest firmware. You are 100% correct. ELS works great. My stuff is on V1.2. So the big improvement for 2.0 was having everything broadcast or linked to my home network. It's just easier for firmware updates, but again, it doesn't look like you're doing firmware updates, so it really doesn't matter. Poodlehawk FPV, that's a new name. Welcome. I love my Zoro, but the eyelet that holds the lanyard came out while I was charging batteries on the quad, hit the ground and bent the arm switch. What the hell are you using a lanyard for? I was pissed. Yeah, don't use a lanyard. Because the only thing a lanyard can do is let you down. If you just always hold the radio, you're not relying on some other device to hold it to you. Just hold it. I know a lot of people like lanyards. Oh, and if you want to be able to hold your radio better, have a much more secure grip on it, go to tweefv.com. Buy yourself a set of radio grips. You'll thank me later. Sorry, it sounded like kind of a douchebag comment, but that's another reason why I very early stopped using a lanyard. I don't like things hanging on my neck. I don't like things attached to me. I don't like running lipos in my pockets. I want to be able to just take my stuff, put it down, and walk away, and not have to like fish things out of my pocket, or maybe I forget to pull the lipo out of my pocket and I walk away and my goggles fall on the ground, that kind of stuff. I can't stand being tethered. That's why I use wireless headphones, things like that. I like to be untethered. So that's another reason why I made the radio grips, is because I definitely hate lanyards. I definitely don't want to use them. And this just gives me, like, it's a muscle memory thing. Every time I grab the radio, it feels the exact same way. You're not touching a amorphous blob chunk of soulless gray plastic, you have like tactile touch points. If you know, it becomes a memory for you. If you grab a hold of your radio and it doesn't feel the same as last time, like, oh, there's the grippy part, there's the grippy part, I'm locked in where I'm always at, your brain goes, something's wrong, fix it. But it does suck that it bent and broke, or it bent. The switches are pretty easy to replace though, so I don't know where you would buy a replacement. I'm sure there's replacements out there, but that does suck. It sucks a lot. Little 101, I also like 915 hertz bands for my radio links more than anything. Yeah, you'd be surprised how good ExpressLRS is on 2.4 compared to 9.15. Most people don't need that 915. Well, no, let's take it this way. So back when like Crossfire came out, everybody ran it because it was a rock solid, reliable link. Big ass antenna, long wavelength, it works. The way the modulation is on 2.4 with the LoRa system and ExpressLRS uses is so much better that they can get away with 2.4 and you get close to the same performance with a lower latency. Johnny, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. If it binds and flies, why update? Features more than anything, you know. Things like what is it where the power updates on its own? I can't remember. Variable. Lost for words here. The oh my god, what's it called? Dynamic power. Wow, that took way too much to get to that. Dynamic power, that's a feature that keeps getting improved on the algorithm for that. TBS got too comfortable, kind of like Blockbuster. Yeah, you know, I mean, TBS ain't going anywhere. It's a tried and true system. They also have a ridiculous fan base that is going to keep them going for a long time, but we'll see. How's the Beast class? The Beast class is good. Haven't had much time to continue with the tuning. It's either been a million degrees here or raining. So, yeah. But it's coming along. It's pretty good, actually. I like it a lot. I have a hard time finding my home radio. I have too many. You think you have too many radios? Poof. Looking through the stream. Yeah, man. I don't know, are you getting into any racing up in Georgia? I know you said you were flying a little bit. That's good to hear. Hey, that's nice. Words are tough. Words are very tough. How's the qualifier traffic going? Being able to run at the field. We mapped it all out and set it up last weekend. Didn't run an actual qualifier, but we ran the track. It's a really fun track. I think we have like the minimum 6 that we need for this next weekend's actual qualifier. So hopefully 6 people actually show up. But it's weird. It's weird. Like the race scene where we're at, like nobody shows up. Nobody shows up. Beautiful day, nobody shows up. The shittiest day we had, it's like raining and blowing sideways. More people than we've ever had. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll say that one of my favorite 5-inch frames to fly, but not fixed, is the 250. I agree. The 250 is a really miserable frame to work on. Not as bad as that thing, but it's still pretty bad. I live not too far from a base that uses iOS system that jams signals. Are times never a fun sight to watch. Yeah. Even though the iOS system isn't exactly the frequency that is going to interfere with our stuff, but enough power will swamp it out. iOS runs 108 to 112 megahertz, something like that. So it's far out of our RF frequency, but if it's got enough power, it will cause issues, or it could, anyways. Mike Berman says all my 250s fly garbage since I updated to 4.3. Interesting. Haven't found a chapter. I'm surprised. I mean, I know it's like the acro mecca of America, but you would think there'd be a bunch of multi-GP chapters. I remember the first time looking for a multi-GP chapter in Mobile. Nothing, absolutely nothing came up. I eventually stumbled across the name of Delta 5, and I looked it up on multi-GP, and it said it was in like Bangalore. Something like multi-GP used like GPS location to locate the fields, and something got like a negative got turned into a positive, and it moved it on the other side of the globe. It was really stupid. Yeah, man, it was like every weekend we were flying. It was crazy. Pre-COVID, COVID really fucked up. Well, another thing is you shouldn't be flying anywhere on ILS because that means you're where aircraft are landing. All right, guys, we're coming up on, let's see, it's 11:37, 11:45. We're going to spin the wheel for, well, let's face it, it's this. It's the Axis Flying F411 flight controller and a couple of props in this FPV crate from May. If you guys haven't gotten in on that giveaway, make sure you find a link. You need to find it in the video of the review or over on Patreon. Family G, Family Guyver, whatever you want to go by. What's up, man? How you doing? Had a great weekend so far, hanging out with the kiddo. Right there. I think she's playing Genshin Impact. No, she seems to like it. Trying to find good multiplayer games for me and her to play at the same time. We're playing Terra Firma, maybe, last night. That was a lot of fun. We've played through It Takes Two. That was if you have a kid that you want to play games with, that is an amazing game on Steam. Definitely give it a try. Fall Guys, yeah, we played Fall Guys. That's fun. She gets kind of pissed off because I'm way better than she is at it. Yeah. Send more location. They do it at random. I love your Barksdale. Okay. Yeah, if you're a good two-player game for that, Castle Crashers was fun. She kind of got bored of it. The Untitled Goose Game, stupid name, ton of fun. It's kind of a stupid fun game. And then we also there's a Steam sale going on. I bought her Pets at Work. It's a fun two-player game. It's kind of a puzzle solving. One person's a dog, one person's a cat. Solve puzzles, get through rooms. It's pretty low thought, but kind of fun. Did anyone get the FPV crate for June yet? No, it probably won't ship till the end of the month. It's usually they usually don't ship till like the last week of the month. Usually, that's usually the rotation, but it will be the last FPV crate. It has become. I'm constantly in contact with those guys, and it's been so hard to get good parts at a price point, because obviously they got to be able to. Oh, hey, look at YouTube. Look how thoughtful YouTube is. Look at this. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Should we do this again? It's telling me it'd be a good time to do it. Yeah, no, not this time. We're not going to insert ads. T-mount sucks, but if you want to go lightweight, T-mount is the way to do it. Most of my quads I run that are T-mount, I don't even run screws in them. They fit tight enough. What the hell is going on here? All right, apparently she's taking a break. What's up? Sure. Again? Oh. Okay. We'll try that later. Oh, we'll try it later. She just wanted to let me know that we can play that game together. Yeah. No, 5-inch, I definitely run screws. But pretty much everything else, I don't run prop screws. As long as the props that I'm running fit nice and tight, I typically don't run them. But with a 5-inch, there's usually enough power that... there's enough power to weight reserve that I don't mind running the screws. That, and they do strip out pretty easy. Yeah. But if anybody has any recommendations on good 2-player games to play with kids, let me know. I bought the Master Chief Collection. I was hoping we'd be able to play co-op split screen. Nope. That was a big disappointment. I'm still having fun playing it, but I really wish I'd get my Steam Deck sometime soon. Really kind of want that. That was very sweet of her, yes. She asked me for a daddy drink yesterday. I'm like, okay. Yeah, coffee. Give an 8-year-old a cup of coffee. The fact she drank it was the first surprise, and the next surprise was the next 5 hours of her just... No, you can't. I think you can play... maybe... you can't do local multiplayer, which really sucks. And that's the other shit part is, like, obviously she got her own computer. I've got my own computer, but I'd have to buy 2 copies of most of the games. Don't have like friend passes. That Terra game I bought, it was like $12, and then if you want for like $19, they give you 4 licenses. So I've got one on mine. She's got one on hers for a separate account, so we can play together. But it sucks. Yeah, we went to a diner with her, and she wanted a cupcake, and the lady's like, "Oh, it's made with it has coffee in it." I'm like, "It's a long car ride. It'd be interesting. Why not? Let's see what happens." So, Mike, you won, and I had coffee at 8, and my parents so bad they left the house for the day. You win. You can get PC Game Pass trial for $1. Message. Jory, I'll have to look into that. Because, I mean, some of the funnest game playing I had growing up was playing Halo co-op. Split screen, but everything I'm seeing definitely says there's no co-op split screen on PC. But the Steam listing does say co-op and multiplayer, so I don't know. I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but I would like to be able to do that. All right, guys, 11:44. If you guys haven't gotten in on the giveaway, you don't have a whole lot of time. Get in and get on it. And we'll spin the wheel here. Let's start setting up a wheel. So I did offer the Darwin Baby Ape to the person I picked last week for the giveaway. They never got back to me, so I have that one sitting in reserve. We'll give it away one of these days. Maybe I'll do a Super Chat giveaway on it next week. Maybe I'll save it for a monthly giveaway. I don't know. Let me go what you guys think. Jackbox, that's what it was. Jackbox. Jackbox. I had heard that before. I was trying to remember what it was called. Halo show. That's new, right? The Jackbox party packs, is that what you're talking about? These guys here? Let's see, these are shared split screen PvP. Shared split screen co-op. Awesome. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do the PvP. Somebody gets upset. Wrong button. Oh, Matt Stack, how you doing, buddy? There's a lot of crap. That's why the lights are nice and low. There's a lot of stuff in here. It could be better. Let's see. That's kind of what it looks like. The lights on. Yeah. It's fun. All right, guys. I'm going to close down the giveaway right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. I have 41 people on the wheel. All right, we'll have 41 people on the wheel here. Well, there we go. And there's your wheel. Yeah. Yeah, so I am using, this one is a Sony A6400, and this setup here for the bench cam, this is a 5100, and so is this one, 5100. Both with the stock kit lenses, the 3.5 to, or the 16 to 50 lenses, and then the face cam here, this is, I don't know, like I don't remember what lens it is. It's something cheap with no stabilization in it, so works really well. And then the doggo cam there, that's a Logitech Brio 4K, just super cropped in to get the Doges sitting there on the couch doing what they do best, which is nothing. All the lights are smart bulbs, a bunch of different brands. This couch thing, the one on the back of the couch, that is that's running WLED, and the quad wall, that one back there, that is that's running WLED as well, and it's all user controllable through the chat using Livestream. It's a huge pain in the ass, but when it works really well. It's a lot of work. So just all kind of things, just keep adding. I also have another like big floodlight right there. I always forget to turn on, but it doesn't, that one's not controllable through the chat. So yeah. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. Potato cam focused on the couch. It's actually pretty, I mean, it's a pretty nice camera if it's not, let's see, we can reset the transform. It's actually a pretty good camera if it's not cropped in or zoomed in like crazy. You can, oh, she's playing Minecraft now. It'd be nice if I had like an IP-enabled camera. There's got to be a way to do it. I looked into it for a while, trying to figure out how to go from USB to like Ethernet for like an IP-based cam to get it closer to there. Also, I started working on a chat-driven dog treat dispenser. I got about to the planning phase, the design, and I haven't touched it in over a year. I've also building my own head unit for my car on the bench there. It's, you know, tons of projects, no time, but yeah, is what it is. All right, guys, enough stalling. Let's go over here and we'll pick a time to spin. 42. Number 42. Shuffle this guy up. And good luck, everybody. We'll see who gets this flight controller. Obviously, you got to pay for shipping. I always leave the box out because that just makes shipping ridiculous. So the 3 props, a coupon card, and the flight controller. The Beast F7. I have that H7 back when they had issues. I have that in my 250. Let's see. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Owen? Or Conrad Hughes? Oh, Conrad Hughes. Congratulations. You have won the Sub 250 crate for the month of May. Congratulations. I will send you an email. Man, it's bad. Like, lately, everybody I've sent emails to, they're like, oh, this is a scam. I'm like, well, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you for like $6 for shipping. If I was trying to scam you, it'd be like $150, maybe $1,000. I'm asking you for like $3 to $6 for shipping, and most of the time, I just eat the shipping anyways. But, yeah. Conrad Hughes, congratulations. I'll send you an email later on today. Who is Conrad Hughes? I don't know. Some jabroni. Let's see. Who is Conrad Hughes? Let's see. Anyways, congratulations. You are the winner. Some jabroni. Let's see. Someone told me what the definition of a jabroni was. It was somebody who, I think it was somebody who takes a fall in boxing. I paid $25 for shipping. Yeah. You'd be definitely getting your money's worth, I think. For sure. All right, guys. It's getting close to the end of the stream. It's 11:52. I assume Joshua Bardwell's streaming this weekend. He didn't stream last week. It was Father's Day, maybe. I don't remember. But anyways, he didn't stream last week. Or did he? Shit, my weeks are all getting mashed together. I don't know. They cannot smell what the rocket's cooking. Yeah, exactly. I saw that YouTube was finally cracking down on fake congratulations, you won comment bots. Yes, I've heard that. I've actually finally experienced my first dose of bot douchebaggery, and that's not bot grinder, but that's, just the bots saying congratulations, you won, because they're using my server icon, also in much lower quality. Tweet FPV, the real Tweet FPV is like the username, and they're saying congratulations. That sucks. Jory says JB has stream schedule. Okay, great. He didn't stream last week. That's right. I am stupid sunburnt right now. The beach was disgusting too. It was kind of sporty. It was a yellow flag day, and it was just nothing but churned up seaweed. Like, all the pockets of my swimsuit were just like clumps of. Yeah, it was disgusting. Did anyone fall for it? I have no idea. If they did, sorry. Yeah. And once this video goes live, like for the DVR, I'm gonna get like 8 or 9 comments in a row. I think it's all porn sites, and I always report them as spam and remove them. But as soon as I do that, another one pops up. Like last week, I think I went through it must have been a dozen, just bam, 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 one after another. At a point where I just stopped. I can't keep up with this. Every time I get rid of one, a new one pops up. It was so irritating. Anyone else watch Stargate Atlantis? Remember when Jason Momoa was on as Twig? I saw a few episodes of that, but I didn't follow through with it. Ari 509 FPV. I made it. Congratulations. We got 5 minutes left. But hey, better late than never. But nobody tried to claim fake pizza. I hope. Oh man, I remember that. Oh, that's a good idea. I have a list of banned words I need to kind of update them. Recap. Don't buy the walk snail system yet. Still waiting for HD0. The Pavo 25 is a very good update to the Beta 95 V3. Manufacturers are screwing up their labeling. They're listing things with the BMI 270 gyro as still having an MPU 6000 gyro. Don't bother updating ExpressLRS with every revision. FR Sky sucks. TBS sucks. The Mobile 6 is probably the best 1S whoop you can buy right now. HD0 1S boards are on the way from Shenzhen. DJI is still awesome. The Beast class is awesome. Beast class is scary as shit when the props are going the wrong direction. My daughter's home, playing video games over there. Conrad Hughes won the Sub 250 crate giveaway. FPV Crate is no longer doing subscription boxes after this month. No one should be flying quads with Spectrum unless they're a sponsored pilot. And even then, I'm sure they wish they weren't. Why does TBS suck? TBS has always sucked. No, TBS sucks because of their business practices. They're not willing to pull their head out of the sand and see what development's going on around them. Their firmware updating sucks lately. ExpressLRS is going to take a big chunk out of their business if it hasn't already. ExpressLRS is going to be the RC protocol, at least as of right now, that reigns supreme. Oh yeah, and the vanilla box of blah. This thing right here, the iFlight Commando, the vanilla box of blah. Although I gotta say, the number one thing I like about this, and it's stupid.
Welcome to HTX.
The speaker is so damn good on it. Like, you don't realize how bad other radio speakers are until you get this one. You're like, oh, that's pretty good. It's a stupid thing, but it's like immediately the first thing I took off of it was like, wow, that sounds so much better. TBS is like Steve, while we're talking about the iPhone when it yeah, pretty much. And I got also, guys, I was trying really hard with Beta FPV to do a TBS buyback program. I'm like, you guys want to take over the market? Do a TBS buyback. Take in their crap and offer like a 20% coupon for ExpressLRS stuff through Beta FPV. They liked the idea, but they were afraid they didn't have the manufacturing throughput to do it. So Nevin over at FPV Exchange, he is also doing a buyback program. He'll buy back all your TBS shit. He'll buy back your FR Sky stuff, and he will sell you Happy Model receivers and transmitters in exchange at a pretty hefty discount. So yeah, developers. Do you make grip tape for the Zoro? Hell yeah, I make grip tape for the Zoro. Hang on. All the grip you need in all the right places. If you want to get your grip tape, you can go to racedayquads.com. They are a retailer of my grip tape. Pyrodrone is until they sell out. And then also my website, twifv.com. I do free shipping within the US, and anywhere in the country is $3 US. Mads Tech, dude, hit me up on the Discord DM. I'll get you a set. Make grip tape for the world. Oh yeah, I even have it for the Commando. I just haven't really gotten around to doing the product images yet. I've just been super busy lately. Sorry to leave early. I need to go chat with Nevin. All right, man. Have a good one. We'll see you around. And that's going to do it for me for the week. Thank you guys for coming out. This is pretty much the highlight of my week. Did you order a fractal wingman yet? No, and I will not. That is a whole lot of ridiculousness that I don't. Oh wait, I'm thinking of something different. I meant to. I am going to after this live stream. I was thinking of something completely different. But yeah, I'll probably order one of these after the live stream. I don't know, $42 for this frame. That's a lot. It's a $20 frame. But I don't know. I don't know. It's an awful lot for what it is. I'll think about it. I want to though. I'll think about it. RDQ only had one color. Pyro Drone should only have one color. RDQ should have them all. I stopped selling to Pyro Drone about a year ago, so whatever they have in stock is just leftovers, and I won't sell to them again. I have my reasons. If you want to talk about it, we can talk in private, but yeah. I love the grip tape using all 5 of my radio controllers. Only one that doesn't have it is the T Pro, but we'll get ASAP. All right, guys. Zuko, hello again, bro. I want to ask you why, when I start my DJI V2 with analog module, the video starts by TBS Fusion. Something happened and restart the system. So that is the one issue with DJI with analog input, is if it loses all signal, it goes to like a black screen. And that's the downside of running analog on DJI, and there's really nothing you can do about it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll, yeah, Family Guy, it's definitely the other way around. Race Day Quads definitely has stock, or if they don't, they've been getting reorders from me quite frequently. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I'll see you all around next time. If you have any recommendations for good 2-player games for me and the old kiddo, hit me up over on Discord or Patreon. And be sure, if you're one of these guys up here, the link for this will go live probably in the next couple days. And that'll do it. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for coming out, and everybody, remember, go to tfp.com and stay positive. We'll see you next week. Bye. Oh yeah, have a safe 4th of July. Don't blow off any of your shit. And if you're going to go fly some fireworks, be smart, have a spotter, because it's really easy to get lost at night. Lock that ISO. We'll see you around. Bye.